I'd like to welcome each of you here today and call to order our meeting this Tuesday, June the 16th, 2026. We will begin by standing for the invocation, which will be brought by Councilman Hickman, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance led by Councilman Larry Breland.
Bow your heads. Dear Lord Jesus, thank you for today. Thank you for all that you do, Lord. Thank you that you help us. You're there with us. Lord, we just ask for your wisdom. We ask for your guidance. We ask that you just be with us and show us the way to walk, Lord. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Under mayor updates, I have just a few things tonight. I would like to first, what's foremost on everybody's mind today is the tropical storm that we've had. A great amount of water come into our community, and I'd just like to, first of all, on behalf of myself and our city council team, thank all the city employees, and when I mean all the city employees. You've been out in it, you're in the arena, whether it's the fire chief, the police chief, the public works director. Y'all done a fantastic job in responding. All of you are great public servants to this city, and we appreciate you. At this time, I want to yield for just a couple of minutes to our city manager, who has provided the leadership during this storm and the aftermath of the storm. And as I understand it, there's more water to come.
Has been a hectic day, as all of our department heads know. Honestly, it's like this was overwhelming, sort of caught us off guard, but we were well prepared. I want to give some accolades and some attaboys to Public Works. I mean, we all was out here hustling, had water in this building, down below right here, inch, and from the utilities back to the back door. You guys, we had 2 volunteers in the utility department. Those ladies come in and started the process. It was just, great to see everybody at work like that. Fire department, where's Josh? Josh, thank you. Y'all were all over this town today. Y'all were in people's houses helping them. It was just really an influx of our employees, and they did. Y'all really did a wonderful job. Lisa, thank you for letting everybody know and keeping everybody together. Chief Bolton, I mean, it was just like an effort. And again, this caught us by such surprise. 6.8 inches, Josh, I believe you said, and right at 6 hours. And so that's sort of unheard of. We hadn't seen water like that. And so I-59 at exit 6 underwater. Never saw that. So, it was a lot of water, not trying to make any excuses. We had flooding there, but it was Mother Nature's wrath that it really caused it. So y'all came together and worked extremely hard and are still working. And we're still not out of the rain, so to speak, yet, because we got more coming tomorrow. So I just wanted to give y'all a big shout out and thank you to everybody that was involved today. What a great concerted effort it was, and thank you. Thank you, Mayor and Council. I did say
Another update tonight, we were supposed to, as I understand, we were going to have a lighting ceremony on Highland Parkway. I have a statement to read. Due to the weather and flooding impacting our city, the Highland Parkway lighting ceremony scheduled for tonight was officially canceled. Our resources and attention are currently focused on the safety and well-being of our citizens, neighbors, and local businesses affected by the flooding. While we are not holding a public event, the new street lights on Highland Parkway have been successfully installed and will illuminate the corridor tonight as planned on Highland Parkway. We are incredibly grateful for the collaboration that made this vital project possible. We extend our sincere thanks to our partners at Highland Community Hospital and Forest Health for their financial contribution, as well as the Mississippi Power Lighting Group, the Coast Electric Power Association, Duncan Engineering for their tireless efforts and expertise in bringing this project to completion. We appreciate the community's understanding. Please prioritize your safety and remember to stay off flooded roads and watch out for each other and your neighbors. Also would like to give a shout out to Precinct 1 Councilwoman and attorneys for supporting this lighting project. We appreciate the support and the entire council voting for this lighting project, which I think does two things right off the top. And that's the reason they'll be on tonight, especially with the weather conditions like they are. Safety on Highland Parkway, safety around our hospitals. I want to thank Mr. Turnage too, who is administrator up at the hospital, and Forest Health in Hattiesburg, Mr. Jeff Cook. Without their financial contribution, this might not have been possible. Without their support, I really would like to thank Highland Hospital, great hospital, dedicated professionals, and providing health care for our community. We thank them for partnering with us to light Highland Parkway. Long overdue, and thank everyone for that. I would also like to give another shout out to Councilman Hickman, who is, along with all the council, has supported the Baby Box project. And I believe that involves the Republican women and Libby, and with the Republican women, our Greater Chamber of Commerce, their leadership course. Is there any comment you would like to make, Councilman Hickman, in reference to that?
Yeah, it was an awesome community project. There was a lot of generous donations. A lot of people saw, wanted to be a part of it. And anytime you can bring the community together under one thing, no matter the difference or backgrounds, that's always a win for me. And I was happy just to be a part of it, and excited to see it get it done. So shout out to Miss Libby with the Republican Women's, and to the Chamber of Commerce, their leadership team. They took it on as a class project, and they all knocked it out of the park.
Well, again, I think all the council agrees. Without, you were very instrumental in helping assist making this happen for the city of Picayune, and we appreciate you. Okay, and now we're down to city manager's report.
None today.
None. Okay. I would like to get a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, Councilwoman Turnage makes the motion to approve the consent agenda. May I have a second?
So moved.
Second by Councilwoman Stevens. Any discussion about the consent agenda? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Do I have a motion to approve the docket?
So moved.
Motion by Councilwoman Stevens. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilwoman Turnage. Any discussion about the docket? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. New business, city manager.
Item number 1, consider request to approve declaration of emergency for city of Picayune due to severe weather and flooding, and that started this morning, daylight.
Okay, may I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Breland. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilwoman Turnage. Any discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next item.
Item number 2, consider request to approve Crew of Pearl Mardi Gras Parade for Saturday, January the 9th, 2027, using the same route as in previous years. Chief Bolton, y'all are okay with that route, I understand. Okay. Action requested, approve request as submitted.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Councilwoman Stevens. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilman Hickman. Any discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Next item.
Item number 3, consider request to approve advertising space agreement between the city of Picayune and Forest Health. That's about the donations and will be the naming of the facility and all, when that time comes. It's not quite here yet. I don't think they know. Is that right, Mayor? What it'll be the name? we'll
I
come
don't
back
think
to-
that's been determined.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So, action requested is approve request is submitted and authorize mayor and city clerk to sign all related documents.
Okay, may I have a motion?
I'll motion.
Motion by Councilman Hickman. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Councilwoman Turner seconds the motion. Discussion.
Yes, this is just for advertisement. We're not renaming the park. We're not, okay, just clarification.
This is for advertisement on the, I call it the theater, some people call it an amphitheater, some people call it a stage, but they, I think that it's great that our hospital is partnered with the city to advertise, the hospital and there.
Yeah,
Just-
essentially what it's gonna, the idea is gonna hang just at the top where it's Forest Health or Highland Hospital or wherever, right there is the idea, correct?
That's correct, and I think that should, I think I shared with, Mr. Turnage and, Mr. Cook that would have to be approved by the council, whatever, advertisement we do, but, I'm not sure, whether they call it Forest Health or Highland Hospital or what yet, but that's to be determined. Okay,
That was just for clarification because somebody's gonna probably ask.
all right.
Thank you.
Any other comments? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Item number 4, consider request to amend the mobile food truck ordinance. Lisa, if you could come up in case there's any questions. There were a few minor changes, I think 3 total. If you had a chance, we got a packet out for you to look at. And some had a couple of questions on it, and so we've revised everything to hopefully the council will be satisfied with the revisements.
Okay, may I have a motion?
I'll motion.
Motion by Councilman Hickman. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilwoman Stevens. Discussion. Any discussion? Any questions? Okay. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
That was easy.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
And that's it, Mayor.
Okay, Finance Administration.
Number 1, consider request to accept Virtusoft as the lowest and best quote to provide OpenGov financial software and services to the city of Picayune. Action requested, approve request as submitted, and authorize mayor and city clerk to sign all related documents.
Okay, may I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Breland. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilwoman Turnage. Discussion.
This is the company that came a few
That's
meetings
correct.
ago.
That's who will be doing the services.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Grant Administration.
Consider request to amend Civic Plus contract to include mass notification system. Action requested. Approve request as submitted and authorize mayor and city clerk to sign all related documents.
Okay, may I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Councilwoman Stevens. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilwoman Turnage. Discussion. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you.
Public Works.
Consider request to accept InView as the sole source manufacturer and Azelis as authorized distributor of 5-Phenon mosquito insecticide products for the 2026 calendar year. Action requested, approve request as submitted.
Okay, may I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Councilwoman Stevens. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Councilman Hickman seconds the motion. Discussion.
This is the current company that we're using versus a new one.
It's a new one that it's an additional chemical that we use for spraying the mosquitoes widely used across the state and other agencies. And just they're literally the sole source for this particular one.
Thank you.
Chris, no,
Generally, I know, since it's been raining so much, it's been hard to spray, but how often during the week do y'all spray? Or you have
So
someone spray?
we try and hit each street once a week. So it takes approximately, or it does, it takes a constant full week of spraying to capture the, I forgot right off the top of my head, it's 120 some odd miles of roadways that Dungan has helped us come up with that number, so we can, accurately gauge how much chemical we need and more precisely administer it, and also to build better schedules for spraying. And but it takes roughly a full week of spraying, and that's hitting each roadway one time. And then by the time you're done, that puts you into the next week where you up that, take off again. With the additional rainfall, obviously, we're going to have an influx of mosquitoes, and we're seeing that. We're currently out trapping, which, we have all these traps spread out throughout the city, and they count the number of mosquitoes and the hour at which they were trapped, and there's a precise time that we spray, which is after dark, and a lot of technology goes into it and science to really pinpoint us when a good safe time would be to spray. So
Okay, thank you.
yes,
Talk real briefly about why we're doing this, about mosquitoes becoming immune. You and I had a couple of long conversations, but just be brief about how they do that process.
correct. So right now we've currently been using an alternate product to this, which is also an excellent product. But what happens over time through spraying the mosquitoes for such a long period of time with the same chemical, they develop a resistance to that chemical. So this chemical that we're using is an alternate chemical that you go over to for roughly about 11 weeks. And what that'll do is it'll get rid of a generation of mosquitoes, and we'll be testing the resistance to them as we go with the exact precise amount of chemical, so that we're not overspraying and we're not underspraying. We're hitting an exact target of the exact droplet size that comes out the back of the truck and the exact dose needed to kill only a mosquito and no other bugs and no other beneficial insects, so that we're targeting only a small, tiny mosquito and no other. So this chemical, to wrap it up, is we'll spray it for 11 weeks. That'll knock down the resistance that we currently have with what we have now. And then we'll alternate back to the chemical that we have, which will then make it more effective.
Good, thank you.
Yes, sir.
excuse me, Chris. With that kind of research that y'all did, was it determined the best time to spray as far as temperature or anything of that nature?
There's a lot of those calculations that go into it. Rain is a big one. We can't spray in the rain. If it's really dense fog, we can't spray in that because of the fine droplet size that we use for accuracy. Doesn't float as far and it's not as effective. A couple other factors, obviously our temperature, but there is a known best time that you don't want to spray before sunset. Essentially, you're being ineffective. And two, you would be possibly spraying beneficial insects, which this droplet size and the dose that we're using are not harmful to. But to be extra sure, we wait until those insects go home for the night. And that's when the mosquitoes are at its highest population or the highest density. So we really narrow it down to a 2-hour window that we stay in, and that's the highest density, and the other bugs are gone, people are inside. That's when we target to spray the mosquitoes.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we were in order for a vote at this time. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Motion passes. Next. Planning and zoning.
Good evening.
Evening.
Consider request to approve resolution to assess tax liens in the office of Pearl River County Tax Collector's Office and Pearl River County Circuit Clerk Office for a parcel that's located at 1215 Roosevelt Street, bearing the PPIN 26174 as pursuant to Mississippi Code 21-19-11. The action requested is to approve request as submitted and authorize the mayor and city clerk to sign all related documents.
Okay, may I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Councilwoman Turnage. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilwoman Stevens. Discussion. Any discussion?
This is a demo.
Yes, it was a demo that was done early 25.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, Ms. Louise.
You're welcome.
You're
Thank you.
appreciated. Code enforcement. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Hello.
How are y'all this evening?
We're good.
Number one, consider request to set a date of July the 21st, 2026 for a public hearing for property cleanup at the following property. PIN number is 027101 and the address being 904 Telly Road.
Okay. May I have a motion?
So moved.
We have a motion. Do we have Councilwoman Stevens, do we have a second?
I will second.
Second by Councilman Hickman. Any discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, sir. City engineer? I would like to mention again, thank you for your help and Duncan Engineering on the lighting project on the road. You played a vital role in helping us get that approved and the lights up, and thank you.
Well, it was Duncan Engineering's pleasure to be a part of that.
Sure.
And get ready to see daylight on the west end of Highland Parkway tonight. Because I think me and Jason Parker are the only two that's seen them on.
Oh.
And it's pretty phenomenal.
Well, what I would like is you to coordinate with our city manager and Ms. Albritton. I still say, even though we weren't able to do the ceremony tonight because of the rain and inclement weather, I think we need to publicize the fact, because a lot of people avoid that road in the past at night because it's so dark. But now it's good to know.
I don't think there'll be any fear of Highland Parkway anymore at nighttime.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, what you got?
Item one, request approval to advertise for bids for project number STP 0032 00010 LPA 109923701000 Highway 43 sidewalk project. Action requested, approved request as submitted, please.
Okay, Councilwoman Stevens, would you like to make a motion?
So moved.
A motion by Councilwoman Stevens. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilwoman Turnage. Discussion. Any discussion?
The residents that y'all made adequate. I know, meeting, I think either the last meeting or the meeting before, y'all were still communicating with those few.
The residents
Yeah, that y'all are gonna have to
on
really,
Highway 43. There's two residents that we're gonna have to operate outside of MDOT's right of way in order to correct their driveway and make it usable again. And we've met with both of those. The meetings went well. I don't see any issues with being able to accomplish what we need to. And they've both signed right of entry permits and we're very nice about it.
good. Okay.
Okay. Since I gave a shout out to Precinct 1, Councilwoman Turnage, and one to Precinct 5, Councilman with the baby box, Councilman Hickman, I want to give you a shout out. That's going to make 43 a very, very safe place.
Absolutely. I think the residents in that area are going to be very happy. Fire department, I know a lot of the firemen run up and down, and now they'll have a sidewalk. And the other day, well, several times I've seen people on scooters, disabled on scooters, just trying to get to the grocery stores. So I'm so looking forward to getting this project started.
We are
Thank
too.
you.
And also, we're looking forward to a future project, that I believe it was in our 3-year plan with Councilman Breland and Councilwoman Bumpers. Jackson Landing, we know that there's a lot of speed going on Jackson Landing, and there's no sidewalks and people have to walk in the roadway just like they do 43 North. So we're excited about the future.
And we are too. We're happy to be part of it.
All right. Has anybody got any other comments before we take a vote on this? All in favor, aye? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you, sir. Next item.
Item 2, consider request to approve contract change order number 1 from Holiday Construction LLC for the support structure at the Oaks at Crosby Commons. Action requested, approve request as submitted.
Okay. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Councilwoman Stevens. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilwoman Turnage. Any discussion? All in favor, aye? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Motion passes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Number 3, consider request to approve contract change order number 2 from Holiday Construction LLC for the support structure at the Oaks at Crosby Commons project. Approve, action requested, approve request as submitted, please.
Okay, may I have a motion?
A motion.
Motion by Councilman Hickman. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion first by Councilman Hickman and a second by Councilwoman Stevens. Discussion. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor, aye? Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Court clerk.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. How we doing, Josh?
How are y'all?
We good.
Number 1, consider request to approve amendment to contract with Tyler Technologies. Action requested, approve request as submitted, and authorize mayor to sign all related documents.
Okay, may we have a motion?
So moved.
A motion by Councilwoman Stevens. May we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilwoman Turnage. Discussion.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Just a brief summary of what this
Yes, ma'am.
is all about.
Yes, ma'am. A little over a year ago, y'all approved a contract for the court to get a new court software because ours is going away, and it's taken them a little bit longer to get started than what we anticipated, and so they initially charged us the first annual fee, and I kind of was like, we didn't get anything for that, and so they're essentially kicking it down a year, so it's extending it so that we don't have to pay this year's annual fee.
Okay.
So
Yes,
is that what necessitated the change and amendment for that?
Yes, sir. It's just to move the dates of the next payment that's due because there was an outstanding invoice that needed to be resolved, and so this is just going to kick it down to next year.
Would it still be the same, or would it?
Yes, sir. It'll also be the same.
Okay.
Any further discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Motion
Thank you.
passes. Thank you, sir. And we'll have miscellaneous council member business at this time. We'll start with Councilman Hickman.
I know y'all kind of spoke on it at the beginning. I don't know if Chief Abercrombie wants to come up and kind of extend. I know we've gotten a lot of rain now, and I think we're expected to get a little bit more. Do we have what their expectations are? Some of the creeks, crest points, or do we have any of that information at this time? I know y'all been busy on the roads.
I just so happened to look at that right.
Oh, good.
What a coincidence. No, sir. So everything with weather's, it's all predictions.
Absolutely.
I mean, just for instance,
me and Mr. Harvey was talking about before the meeting, our initial predictions that we got in the 6 a.m. briefing this morning was 4 to 6 inches from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Friday. And we far exceeded that already.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, they were looking at 10 to 15 inches. So we're probably going to be bumping that probably midday tomorrow. I think right now, I spoke with Julie, and I don't know what her last name is, with the National Weather Service. She's the hydrologist with the National Weather Service. I talked to her about the creeks, and what we're seeing right now, it's expected to crest tomorrow at 7 p.m. at 19 feet, which would be just under that threshold of where we see beach area and in the east side area. I don't want to say, but I do not expect for that forecast to hold out. I feel like, there's definitely a chance for us to sustain, for it to go past that point where we're going to see something very similar to what we saw just a few weeks ago, where we're going to be shutting down roads and things such as that. But it's just going to be kind of a wait and see. We were talking with the public and everybody we discussed, we talked with, we just told them, don't let your guard down. This morning we had flooding in areas that we're not used to having flooding. But Public Works, Police Department, Fire Department, all the city employees did a great job facilitating that, taking care of that. And so, as worse as it could have been, it really went. It was kind of chaotic at times, but it went very well. My message to the public would be just don't let your guard down. Stay tuned with the City Hall Facebook page, the Fire Department Facebook page, of course, Police and Public Works. We'll keep you guys informed, but it's just going to be kind of a waiting game. I don't think they really have a handle on what this tropical depression or what we have coming to land tomorrow evening is what it's actually going to do. And so I think they'll have a better handle on that once they get with the river forecast and everything. There's just so many factors that play into it. It's hard to predict it right now. But just as we were earlier, we were talking, it was gonna crest at 17, and we were looking at it. I said, "There's no way it's going to be way more than that." And so they've actually adjusted that up to 19 now. So I feel like it's going to continuously go up. I spoke with the EMA director before I came in the meeting as well. And he said they're already seeing some substantial flooding in the Poplarville area, the Go-Go area, Gum Pond, those areas. And so that tells me that water has not reached the gauges on Boley just yet. So once that gets there, you're going to see it just continue to rise, I think. But we plan on having a meeting first thing in the morning. Public Works is already, I guess we're kind of getting used to this. So it's a bad thing, but it's also a good thing in the fact that we've learned over the last month or so, and I think we'll be well prepared. We have barricades already out, ready to go. All we have to do is drag them across the road. So.
Yeah. So we're expected to, we've already received almost 7. We're expected to receive another up to 10 to 15.
The initial forecast was worst case scenario of 15 inches between 6 a.m. and 7 p.m. Friday, but what they do is they say little confidence and a lot of confidence. They had a lot of confidence in 4 to 6 inches, and we exceeded that. So they said worst case scenario they were thinking 15 inches. And it's really dependent on how widespread that is. Is it a widespread storm? It's dependent on where the rainfall is. I mean, this morning, as bad as it could have been, the majority of the rain actually fell on the city of Picayune. A lot of it didn't go north of us. And of course, we've seen that, with our eyes, but that is a bad thing for our citizens short term, but long term, it's a little bit better scenario because the more rain we get north of us, that's when we're going to see the creeks and rivers start coming up. So.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
I had one for Josh.
Josh?
Josh.
You said good job.
The roads that have been closed during the day today,
Yes, ma'am.
are any of them back open?
To my knowledge, I don't think any roads are closed. Chief Bolton could probably correct me on that, or Chris, but as of now, I believe all the roads are open.
Yeah. Last count, we had certain streets, Jackson Landing,
Yeah, so just a couple of roads and short sections of those roads, and really road closures. We tried to take the proactive approach to going ahead and shutting them down on the big end of things. You know, we had businesses and things such as that along Canal Street that was talking about flooding and complaining about flooding. A lot of that is from travel. You know, Councilwoman Turner's seen that firsthand this morning on over on Main Street. There were businesses that probably got water in there that would not have gotten water, but it was just the timing, midday, Picayune, people traveling to and from work.
I can't tell you.
And a lot of it is just the weight being pushed into those businesses, those residents and things such like that. So we tried to take the proactive approach in the last few weeks to shut the roads down on the front end of things. That way we can prevent people from traveling those roads and flooding residents or businesses that would not necessarily get flooded if there wasn't travel and weight being pushed into those. But we were just so overwhelmed with how much water was on the roads in a short period of time. And there wasn't enough barricades, not enough manpower to shut down every road in Picayune. I mean, it was so substantial that it taxed us to the point where we had to just bear and grip it and wait for water to go down. So
Well,
the good thing is the drainage system did support it, and as fast as it came up, it did go down pretty quickly as well.
my observation, I think he thought I was out there and anyway, I think he thought I was in a bind, but I wasn't. But my observation was it was flooded and people do not slow down.
No.
They were, I mean, the max speed they were going through that water, and it was pushing up into those businesses. And my recommendation to people, slow down. I mean, they weren't even going 10 miles an hour. They were just pushing it through. And I was yelling because I'm like, slow down. There's somebody's businesses right here. But anyway.
I think a lot of people learned that the hard way today. You know, I would say probably the majority of the stranded motorists that we went to was because they were speeding through areas that they should have been speeding through, and they were traveling in areas that they shouldn't be traveling.
Yeah.
We made the best decision we felt at the time was to just request that the citizens shelter in place for the time being and only use the roads for emergency purposes, because we were so overwhelmed that there was no way, we didn't have enough people in the city to go to every single road and look at and evaluate the situation.
Yeah. Definitely tell people be courteous when there's
Yeah.
flooded waters. I had a couple residents that were blocking the roads themselves, trying to tell
absolutely.
people to
Yeah,
slow
it was-
down.
it was-
There were citizens out there blocking roads.
Yeah, trying to protect their
blocking good
property, their homes from water coming in. So I would definitely just remind, be courteous. I know it's inconvenient, but be courteous. So.
Absolutely.
Can we make sure that that's on the city's website, a shelter in place, so people
Yes.
will go and look?
And so that is expired now that the water is receded. You know, we were just trying to get the message out there as quickly as possible. And like I said, Lisa did a great job staying in touch with us. And you know, at one point she probably got aggravated with us because she was asking us what roads are closed. And to be honest with you, there were so many roads closed. I don't know how many roads was closed.
Yeah, I'm just
Every
saying,
one
in
of
the
them.
future, if it happens in the next couple of
Yes,
hours
ma'am.
or tomorrow, you know.
I feel like, obviously, you know, we don't want to let our guard down, but what we have coming in the next few days is going to be more or less something that we're more prone to, more used to, and something that we're a little bit able to control with the manpower and the things that we have and the assets that we have, and shouldn't be an issue.
Thank you.
I got a couple questions too. Normally, what is, you said, I think 17 inches, what is the normal depth of it in the normal circumstances?
It varies. So Bowley Creek. So obviously we have we can get real deep on the creeks, but no pun intended. But East Bowley usually sits about 5 feet. West Bowley usually sits about 7 feet during the summer. So that's generally what you're going to see. That's normal. I live on West Bowley. We were swimming in the creek this weekend, so that's how low it was. That's a good thing because with the amount of rain that we got, that means the creek banks can hold a little bit more, right, before it starts coming out of the banks. For us, it's at that 20-foot range, that 19.5 to 20-foot range is when we're going to start seeing streets flooding on the West Boley side. East Boley's a little less than that, probably around 17 foot, where we're going to start seeing flooding. Roosevelt, Washington, South or North Lofton Street, we're going to start seeing flooding in those areas. And it's really just, there's so many factors that play into it. If they both come up at the same time, then we're going to get water backed up because the two creeks meet and become one right there on North Beach. And so when they're trying to fight to get out at the same time, it's going to back up in the city. If we have one come up first and it crests and it starts coming down and then the other one crests a little bit earlier, then that's a better scenario for us. But there's just so many factors that play into it. The East Pearl plays a huge factor into that. Over there, the underpass on 59 right there at Nicholson, that plays a huge factor because they meet and then that's where they dump down there down all the way to Pearlington. So there's just so many factors that play into it. I mean, the creeks could be low and the river be high, and we get a substantial amount of rain. It's not going to dump that fast because the river is going to back up in the river, and then the creeks could be high. And then we can't hold any rain because it's going to come out of the banks a lot faster. So there's a lot of factors that play into it.
So then does that mean like depending on what area that flooding is, would determine how quick that it gets back to the normal stage?
Yes, sir. So it's really dependent on where the rainfall is. We were just discussing it earlier in Mr. Harvey's office. If we get rain on the east side, that's not a bad deal. If we get rain on the west side, it's not a bad deal. If it's in that area, when it starts widespread and both creeks come up at the same time, then that's when we start having issues. And it's just, really uncontrollable. It's nothing the only thing that we can do is take what we would call a defensive approach where we shut down roads. And I think between us, PD and Public Works, we did a good job notifying the public during the last storm that we had during Memorial Day. We were up here knocking on doors on Memorial Day, letting the residents know, getting the residents out, because once it comes up, we don't know. It could be up for a couple of days where those roads are flooded for a couple of days. So.
Okay. Any other questions, comments? Okay. You have anything?
I was just going to say, a big thank you to all of our city employees. From the police department, the fire department, to the ladies in utilities. They were dealing with water here. I think everybody pulled together, worked as a team. I was told that, Gloria, you answered 100 calls today. So very good. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. But all the employees, you did an outstanding job today. We appreciate each and every one of you. Let's hope that the rain is not going to be as bad as we think it is. And just prayers for those who have gotten water in their homes, because there are quite a few, and businesses too.
Councilman Breland?
I'm gonna go after.
Councilman Breland yields to Councilwoman Turnage.
I don't really have anything, but I mean, I can ditto what everybody else up here says about the employees. They always do a great job. My one comment is going to be that we have several of you that are going to be leaving, correctly? Am I right? Going to DC? Is that this week or next week?
Monday.
So I just safe travels for you guys, and that's all I have.
Yeah, I'm hate to be repetitious, but the city employees, they did a fantastic job. I mean, you ride around and you see them, and they had some good attitudes, and that makes it a lot better when you have people out there doing that, when they have to have those kind of good attitudes working under those adverse circumstances. So it's difficult. So I think it was a good job, good effort. See, but we still got a ways to go. Cause it's coming.
Any citizen concerns tonight? No citizen concerns tonight. Can I get a motion to adjourn to July the 7th, 2026? Okay, Councilwoman Turner makes the motion to adjourn. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilman Hickman. No discussion. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank everyone for coming out tonight on such a rainy day.